All right, I'm going to pull up YouTube here so I see any of those comments. Let me throw up the question of the day. It is kind of weather related. It didn't think too hard on this one. Kind of fits in with all the cold and all the winter weather that we've been seeing. So, are you excited about the cool down? That's the that's the question. So let me know whether you're watching from somewhere a little colder than Central Florida, or you're watching in Central Florida and you're not a fan of the chilly weather. Let me know. I mean, I feel like every time we talk about temperatures plummeting here, especially for those that have maybe moved to Central Florida but lived in a much colder part of the country, I kind of take it as a novelty almost, because it's not something that we often have to deal with or get to deal with or have. Hi Alice, how are you? Let me know where you're watching from. Again, if you're just joining us, we are live on Fox Local, we're live on YouTube, and we're live on Facebook, our weather streaming show that we do here each and every weekday at 3:30, which takes us right up to the 407. So you can continue watching and hang out with Marlisa on the 407 after you're done hanging out with us here on Fox 35 Weather Plus. And if you have any photos that you'd like to share, maybe you're watching from somewhere that got a lot of snow or got a lot of ice, we'd love to see those. You can always comment those on Facebook, or you can email them to us. You can message us. You can DM us. We would love to see those, because some of the images, sadly, that have been coming out of the South, where we've seen a lot of the ice, it's really devastating and a lot of damage. It's nothing that you want to see when you have a winter storm like this. That's for sure. Hey William, hey Paul, what's up? How's it going? Thanks for hopping on. Okay, well let's dig into a little more of the current conditions here and from afar. How's that sound? And if you want to weigh in on the question of the day, you certainly can. I wanted to take us to Philadelphia first. You're looking at Independence Hall, a really wintry Independence Hall. Snow was coming down furiously yesterday. If you were watching us on Good Day Orlando yesterday morning and watching Noah yesterday evening, we had snow just dumping across still much of the Northeast. But now that storm has essentially bid us goodbye after wreaking so much havoc, sadly. Another wintry view. This is Boston College. This is Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. Looks like there might be a couple flakes still flying, maybe a flurry or snow shower there, but gloomy, white, and wintry, to say the least. Gary, you said you hate to see this BS. Well, I think your sentiment is probably shared with many. Hey, Bonnie, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. And while I'm thinking about it, because I actually didn't even share this on my Facebook page. Let me do that while I am thinking about it. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, well, after looking at some of the wintry conditions, let's come back to Florida here, where it looks like there are actually some people on the beach soaking up the sunshine. Temperatures are going to continue to drop through the rest of the day, so it was warm this morning. It didn't feel like a wintry day. In fact, it was quite humid to kick off our work week, but that is going to be a thing of the past here real shortly. Excuse me, really windy out there too behind this cold front. We'll show you those in a second. You see the palm fronds blowing in the breeze, but crystal clear sky. Dry air, that'll be the theme. So if you don't have any chapstick handy, go dig out some of that. Go probably find some hand lotion as well. It's going to be a dry week. We've lost all the moisture in the air behind this cold front. Here's the current picture right now. Cold front getting into South Florida. Snow still coming down across the northeast with that wind behind the system, some upper level energy. There's also another clipper coming into the upper Midwest right now, the international border, some snow coming down across upstate Minnesota, about to get into northern Wisconsin, Duluth, St. Cloud, maybe a couple of snow showers north of the Twin Cities. But as you look at the nation as a whole, compared to what we've been dealing with over the last few days, overall much quieter. But now that cold air has just been spilling out of the Arctic, essentially, spilling out of Canada, spilling into the U.S., and now we're feeling winter's wrath. Cold weather advisories, extreme cold warnings for millions of people, including Oklahoma, Texas, Dallas right now, Houston. Myself and Noah can sympathize with Houston right now because that's where a lot of our I can't say meteorologists today. Meteorological friends, our meteorologist friends across the world and across the country are all in Houston for the American Meteorological Society conference. So, not the warmest of weeks in the South. Still winter storm warnings as well across the Northeast, but quieter nonetheless. At least for now, high pressure going to continue to build in. So at least across the Southeast. We will have the sunshine, but temperatures are going to be colder. William, I'll take that as a compliment. Thanks, man. Bonnie, this is just what Noah and I were talking about. Bonnie is asking about our opinion on flurries north of Orlando. Let's just say that...
We wouldn't say that there's no chance. But
we wouldn't say that there's no chance.
Low does not mean high.
Yeah. It's not impossible. We'll say that. We're definitely going to dial in on the cold air for sure.
It'll be cold enough.
It'll be certainly cold enough. And if the conditions are right in the atmosphere, which we're still a week away, that's something we're going to continue to watch in the Storm Center extremely closely. So stay tuned, as they say in the television world. Right now, a heck of a lot colder. We broke a record yesterday. 87 was our official high. And I have to say, no, I won't be shocked at this. I was out at the theme parks, and it felt like I was actually quite unhappy. I mean, it was a beautiful day, but I was like, I don't want this 87-degree weather in January. But I'm sure a lot of people did enjoy it. Maybe got to the beach, maybe got outdoors and enjoyed it. So that's great. Bonnie, I love that road trip. Yeah. That's great. Welcome back, Fox Local friends, after a little short break. I'm sorry I didn't do a good job warning you of that, but our next break will be coming up at 3:52, so about 10 minutes more. If you want to hop on Facebook or hop on YouTube and you want to weigh in, ask any questions, please feel free. I would love to answer as many as I can in the next 15 minutes. Temperatures right now are dropping. 53 in Gainesville, starting to feel that chilly air infiltrating north central Florida. It still feels pretty good right now. Cocoa Beach, Melbourne, Titusville, still more of a westerly wind. So we haven't really tapped into that cold just yet, but it's starting, right? The wind still strong behind this front, sustained around 10 to 20 miles per hour, closer to 20 in Cocoa Beach, St. Cloud, Orlando. Gusting up beyond that here this afternoon. Gusts up around 30 miles per hour, actually, in Daytona Beach. If anyone was up in the Panhandle yesterday, that's where it got really blustery. I had some damage from some severe storms that were developing ahead of this cold front. And essentially, it was just a few miles in perspective. It was more like, I think, 50 to 100 miles or something between the ice storm warnings, Noah, and the tornado watch. Yeah. It was something crazy.
There was a tornado in Florida yesterday.
I saw some of the images.
They're doing a survey today. I didn't read the...
I know. I was curious about that, of what they were going to, the findings from the... That would be, I guess that'd be the Tallahassee office going out to survey that, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, so if anyone was watching, hopefully you had a way to receive this watch, the warnings, because we did have that tornado watch and had some confirmed damage, and it looks like at least from all intents and purposes, a tornado on the ground for a period of time yesterday. Dry air starting to take over. Notice the dew point still up around 60 in Cocoa Beach, Melbourne, but now in the 40s. So we're starting to feel that drier air, more refreshing air taking over, and eventually the chill. Dan, that's a great question. Why are we getting all this cold? So it's just been it's been a really active pattern, and we also, when you look at the big picture,
World ending.
yeah, Noah said the world's ending. Yeah.
Remember, we'll come back to this when it's 110 heat index in July.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be thinking.
It'll balance out.
I'll be thinking about it. I'll be thinking about when we had wind chills in the teens and 20s, for sure. We also have the polar vortex. It's been a little weaker, so you can get these colder intrusions, the big dips in the jet stream for sure. So that means Arctic air can just spill out of the Arctic and Canada right down into Florida. So that's kind of why, Dan, in a nutshell, kind of a short, sweet way. Michelle, how's it going? Beautiful weather. At least we do not get the snow. Let's enjoy the weather before it's gonna get like a hot sauna outside. Yeah, I agree with you 1,000%, Michelle. Loving this weather. Living in Massachusetts all my life, I'm grateful for this weather. Yep. I agree with you 1,000%. Now tonight, will likely be above freezing in Orlando, around a good bit of the metro, but notice the farther you get to the north and west out of the city, Leesburg, up toward the villages, and then finally Ocala and Gainesville, we'll be back into the upper 20s. So we do have freeze warnings posted for a good bit of central and north central Florida. Cold weather advisories in the lighter shade of blue, and what that means, essentially, it's going to feel like freezing or below. Wind chills in the 20s, 30s, but the outside air temperature likely won't get down to the 32-degree mark. But we do have storm team alerts for the cold, freezing conditions northwest of Orlando, especially wind chills in the 20s. This goes through Thursday morning. So this is a prolonged period of cold. Depending on how cold we are over the next week plus, potentially ranking in the top 10 coldest stretches in Orlando, in the Orlando area. So that's fairly big headline. And I know I was kind of teasing it, the cold, will we get some more? And that's certainly the case, and likely record-breaking cold at that. Dan, I love that you're from Orlando. Bow ties, it's funny you're asking that. The bow ties, I have to say, I've been wearing these for a long time, essentially ever since I got into TV. And they're all I tie them myself. And honestly, I've gotten some as gifts. I've gotten some just from, like the department stores. I have a huge collection. They're all shoved in my nightstand drawer. I need to have probably a better way of storing them on some sort of special hanger or something. Right now, it's just a mess in there. And I just kind of, however I'm feeling, I go pick out one. Now, tomorrow, we're expecting temperatures to be around 15 degrees below normal, if not a little more than that. Some of us may not even get out of the upper 40s, like in Palm Coast. So keep your winter jacket out. You'll need it. 56 in Orlando, 57 in Cocoa Beach and Melbourne. Then tomorrow night, even colder. Around freezing in Orlando, Claremont, 20s. So we're looking at multiple mornings of freeze warnings, cold weather advisories. So think about the 4 Ps. I think I wanted to add a 5th P, no. I think I was it's plants. Pipes, plants. Noah's dying.
Sorry, I'm horrible.
Pipes, plants, pets, people, right? Or did I add? What did I say? Pipes, plants.
Pets?
Pipes, plants. Pipes, plants, pets, people. Did I say that right? I didn't say one over again. I didn't say one twice, did I? So, Dan says pets. Yes.
Yes, make sure to care for Gizmo.
Please, yeah. For all your
Gizmo is not a cold fan.
Gizmo is not a cold fan. No, living in Pennsylvania, living in Missouri and Iowa, he refuses a lot of times to go out when it gets too cold. So he does a little bit better here in Florida. Dan, that's true. Yeah, it's funny. I actually have a ton of regular ties, but I don't really wear them all that often. I was going to wear one on New Year's because that's the only I have like a really sparkly one that I was going to wear for ringing in the New Year. Emily, will it freeze? Yeah, it's looking like depending on. So Highlands County, Emily, it's gonna be close. Honestly, you'll probably have wind chills down around the freezing mark potentially, but I don't think you'll probably get a freeze there per se. Maybe just to the north, but I don't think there in particular. Great question though. And things can change, but looks like it'll probably be just a little bit above freezing for you in Highlands County. Wednesday morning. Same story, upper 20s, lower 30s, a little bit milder near the coast because of the warmer water, Melbourne, Cocoa Beach, low 40s, but notice Titusville, New Smyrna, Daytona, low to mid 30s, but still in the 20s. So this is a prolonged period of cold for sure. Christine, hello. Saying your 23-year-old son wears bow ties, he ties them himself as well. I love that. He's a scientist. Well, that's great. It's funny because Bill Nye the Science Guy wears bow ties, so maybe. And that wasn't the reason why I started wearing them. It was actually the music department when I was in college, believe it or not. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Dan, that is my weekend co-anchor who does this with me. That is Hannah. That's Hannah McKenzie. She reports during the week. But yeah, you get her and I on Good Day Orlando Saturdays and Sundays. Every Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so theme of the week, cold. That's about all I can say. Very. That's the theme of our final week of countdown. Final week of January, kicking off February in a really cold fashion. Our average low is 50, so we're going to be around 20 degrees below normal, and maybe even then some. But notice Friday, Saturday, we start to get warmer. I'm using that loosely. We're in the 40s, which is still really chilly. I will have a winter jacket on the entirety of this week, just so you know. And that is a PSA for maybe you to go find yours in the closet or the attic if you've thrown it away. Not thrown it away, but thrown it into said closet. All right, welcome. Not yet. About 30 seconds to welcome back our Fox Local friends. If anyone's watching on Fox Local, let me hit YouTube up and see if anyone has any comments. I don't think anybody has commented unless I've missed it. Let's see. Oh, we do have a few. Hello there, Bubba Shrimp 66. Love that username. That's great. Early 20s, low. Yeah. Early 20s. Yeah, that's cold. Cold for sure. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for the kind words. Thanks for hopping on and always being so kind. Love it and greatly appreciate it. And I'll be sure to pass that along to Hannah as well. Dan, yes. Yeah, that emoji is going to sum up the final days of January. Now, I wanted to bring up, this is welcome back, Fox Local friends. Officially got through our last break. About 6 minutes left to hang out. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, throw them in. I'll try to hit them up, answer them before we sign off here. And another PSA of the day of Fox 35 Weather Plus. Don't go away. Stay with us because we're going to go right into the 407 with Marlisa. Dan, we come on here every day at 3:30. It used to be 3 p.m. and now it's 3:30. 3:30 to 4 every weekday, Monday through Friday. Now on the weekends, Hannah and I do it at 10:30 after the wrap, after Good Day Orlando ends. So that's when you can catch us. That's when we do it then. But a little different time on the weekdays. So I brought up the outlook. This is the outlook from February 1st through February 5th. So good bit of next week. And still the likelihood of staying below normal. So maybe that's not what you wanted to hear, but that is what we're looking at. And beyond that, in the 8 to 14 day time frame, you can see essentially the eastern half of the country, the likelihood of staying well below normal. So, prolonged stretch of cold, and it's going to be even colder this weekend. So let's bring that up. Here is 7-day forecast, storm team alerts again Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we will be we'll be issuing one once again as we progress into this upcoming weekend. You can see there was a glaring day on the 7-day forecast. And nope, that is not a mistake. It's not a joke. Likely breaking records on Sunday for many. Highs in the 40s, lows in the 20s. It's going to be, at least for Florida standards, brutally cold. Dan, that's a great question. We're going to moderate next week. Now remember, our average high is right around 72 across Orlando, but you see on the 7-day forecast, we're well shy of that, and it looks like that's even going to continue mid to late next week. We'll start to moderate, but there's even some signs, some signals of maybe another cold front. So it looks like, at least for now, the big temperature swings are going to continue as we progress through the first week of February. So that's kind of an outlook for you, Dan. Bubba Shrimp, oh, you meant to say 20s near Lake Wales. Yes, for sure. Great question. It'll probably feel like that heading out the door tomorrow morning, Bubba Shrimp, and the next few mornings. That's why I'll pull those back up real fast before we hop off here. Cold weather alerts through Tuesday morning. Freeze warnings for inland Volusia, Flagler, Lake, Sumter, Marion, Levy, Alachua, Dixie, and Gilchrist counties. Fox 51 locales, a good bit of the Fox 35 viewing area. And Bubba Shrimp for you, Polk County under the cold weather advisory. So that means wind chills down around the freezing mark, if not lower, in Lake Wales. So bundle up for sure. If anyone wants to weigh in on the question of the day, I know we've been talking about it for the last half hour, but are you excited about the cold? Are you not excited about the cold? I, for one, no shocker, but I do love being out in it. I remember taking a really long walk outside, so I'll probably grab my gloves, grab my stocking cap, and on Wednesday morning, get out and take a nice long walk in the chilly temperatures before we start to moderate just a little bit. Dan, February 12th, I mean, that's getting, it's a possibility. I can pull that map up once again real fast before I say goodbye. So this is through February 9th, but even beyond that, it's looking like we could still be that cold. So, yeah, I know. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Be sure to join Noah on Fox 35 News at 5, 6, 10, and 11 for more on the cold. And, again, if you have any questions or concerns, throw them in the comments. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, 3:30 for Fox 35 Weather Plus.